What goes on in the mind of a narcissist? When you ignore or cut off contact. Have you ever wondered what happens internally when you ignore or cut off a narcissist? Their reactions reveal much about their inner workings. Welcome to our channel, where we explore the intricacies of narcissism. If you're dealing with a narcissist or recovering from such an encounter, this channel is for you. If you seek insights on navigating life with a narcissist, or are on a path of recovery, consider joining us. We're here to offer knowledge, share experiences, and build a supportive community together. Understanding the emotional turmoil sheds light on the profound impact of withdrawing attention and validation. Fear and anxiety. Losing a significant source of nourishment triggers deep abandonment fears and desperation to reconnect or replace them. Frustration and wounded ego. Your indifference signifies loss of control, provoking frustration, confusion, and coping behaviors to distract from emotional injury. Contempt and disgust. Feeling disregarded after expecting endless tolerance exposes temporary feelings of inadequacy and self-loathing. Anger and aggression. Outbursts or smear campaigns attempt to re-establish dominance. Which form manifests depends on whether access remains. When we withdraw attention and validation from narcissists, intense and complex emotional reactions surface within them. Their responses expose profound fears, insecurities, and coping mechanisms that compensate for internal fragility. While they may seem indifferent or quick to replace you at first, the loss impacts them deeply, regardless of outward impressions. Understanding these underpinnings sheds light on the power dynamics at play. The initial reaction often includes overwhelming anxiety as your abandonment triggers primordial panic over losing a vital nourishment source. Their entire sense of self-worth relies on external validation and control. Losing access to this supply exposes the empty void within that they desperately strive to avoid confronting at all costs. It is a painful reminder of suppressed shame. Frustration follows as confusion sets in over how to recapture the lost source of validation. Feeling suddenly out of control causes their false mask of confidence to momentarily slip, provoking emotional injury. From your indifference, they realize with horror that their carefully crafted image means nothing without the gaze of others reflecting it back. This painful revelation prompts desperate distraction mechanisms to numb their inner anguish. They compulsively seek new targets and hostilities to avoid what your absence forced them to confront. They feel inadequate and defective beneath the surface. If you're contemplating walking away from a narcissist, curious about how they'll react to a narcissistic breakup when you're the one leaving first, make sure to watch this video. You'll find the link at the bottom in the description after finishing this video. Next arises disgust that you dared withdraw your gaze after they generously tolerated you. Though they externally seem aloof, inside churns profound self-loathing and darkness over no longer measuring up to their own grandiose projections without loyal validation sources tracking their every move. This contempt betrays deep down they hate facing terms with the real empty, unimpressive person they fear lurking behind their flashy facade. Finally, simmering rage bubbles up from this perceived injustice. How dare you discard them? They lash out through aggression, threats, smearing your reputation, and savage reprisals aimed to punish your insolence. For without dominating devout attention, their facade again cracks to reveal the powerless, inferior being cowering within. They must sadistically crush you back under their thumb to conceal this reality at all costs. One common reaction is desperately triangulating you against other sources of attention, flaunting new relationships or provocations to regain control. By making you compete for their affection again, this temporarily nurses their battered ego by proving they still possess power over you. But it is fleeting relief. What feels like heartless, rapid replacement attempts are in truth frantic stopgaps to avoid reflecting on why connections continually fizzle once the shiny illusion wears thin. They ignore the obvious pattern. The problem is not those who abandoned them, but who they are beneath the surface. Some may future fake, suddenly expressing remorse and promising change to entice you back. But the empathy and accountability demonstrated will reliably fade once they hooked you as fuel again. Sleeping dogs lie once temptation is out of sight. Still more will go into hoover mode with unending pleas or faux concern to check on you, pulling heartstrings to reestablish supply while dodging underlying issues. But again, analyze actions, not empty words that never manifest into real change. All these ploys share one goal: projecting blame outward onto victims rather than confront their own dysfunction or emotions. This prevents acknowledging why their words always clash with reality. It shields them momentarily from facing their worst secret. Beneath grand designs, they remain small, fearful, and fraudulent. In recounting the experiences of others, we find stories of resilience and growth in the darkness. One woman, let's call her Sarah, decided going no contact was her only path to freedom after years suffering her narcissistic ex's passive-aggressive manipulations and smears. Initially bombarded by brooding silences, convoluted accusations, and attempts to turn friends against her, Sarah focused inward on healing. She remained compassionate but convicted, knowing reactive engagement only fed his schemes. Therapy and support groups provided clarity that his attacks revealed his own pain, not her worth. Gradually, the turbulence passed, and Sarah rediscovered long-lost joy and self-trust. Another, Alex, endured vindictive verbal lashings and character assassinations after cutting off his narcissistic partner. But he nurtured his inner light even as cruelty rained down. His calm consistency exposed the onslaught as the abusive person's futile attempt to mask frailty. Friends reminded Alex the narcissist needed help beyond Alex's control. Rediscovering self-care and routine preserved Alex's well-being until the narcissist exhausted themselves trying to extinguish his essence. In both cases, understanding motives behind narcissistic reactions provided keys to self-preservation. They knew dark outbursts were desperate ploys concealing the narcissist's vulnerability, not truth. This freed Sarah and Alex from self-blame, self-doubt, and the knee-jerk need to defend themselves against false accusations. They realized needing to tear down others revealed the abuser's inability to build themselves up from within. As survivors courageously cut ties and endure aftermath, their stories offer hope and models new paths forward for others still imprisoned. Each journey is unique, but leads ultimately toward truth, self-trust, and authentic identity, apart from narcissistic projections. This clarity arrives gradually to hearts open to receiving it. We serve truth by sharing insights and wisdom from those farther down parallel roads. It joins voices against narcissistic abuse, providing validation and vigor for individuals to write their own next chapters. What power we possess when united standing guard over our inner light together. There is hope, there is possibility, there is freedom. In this exploration, we peered beyond the narcissist's external charade to reveal intense anxiety, insecurity, and inadequacy lurking within even the most grandiose facade. By recognizing their reactions for what they betray, rather than what they project, we reclaim personal power to view their dysfunction detached from our own worth or purpose. This video aims to help validate and empower survivors, reminding all our paths ahead hold more light branched with compassion. Share to bolster others so we may continue lifting each other up. By joining together against narcissism's darkness, we forge bravely ahead toward brighter horizons, alight with humanity, vulnerability, equality, and justice. At the end of this journey, your voice matters. Share your experiences in the comments, whether you're wrestling with the dilemma of staying or have braved the path of leaving. Your story is a powerful tool for strength and validation, reminding us all that we are not alone in this journey of healing and growth. Let your voice be heard.